everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing kind of a recap on my sophomore year of college and a recap of my SMDEP summer experience. I'm just going to be basically talking throughout this video, so if you don't like talking videos, this is probably not the video for you. But I'm just going to go ahead and talk about a few things, some lessons that I've learned throughout my sophomore year of college and how I'll be using that to go into my third year / my senior year of college. I'll get into that in a little bit. The first thing is I am a Biomedical Sciences and Public Health major at the University of South Florida, so I am getting 2 degrees upon graduation next year. And this year I was faced with a lot of difficult classes, and thank Lord that I did phenomenally well. I'm very blessed to say that I've gotten A's in classes that people have to take 2 or 3 times on my campus. And so this year I had to take Organic Chemistry 1 and 2, Physics 1 and 2, which I absolutely hated. I had to take the labs for those classes. I actually really do love labs. I feel like they're very fun, and it's really cool how you can get to know someone really well in the span of 16 weeks. And for public health classes, I took Foundations of Global Health, Foundations of Maternal and Child Health. What else did I take? I took Critical Issues in Public Health. I actually took 4 online public health classes this summer so I could graduate early. I took Medical Terminology. I took a research class. What else did I take? I took so many public health classes, it's not even coming to my mind. And I am so blessed and eternally grateful to say I got A's in every single class except for Organic Chemistry 2. We will talk about that in a few, but I'm so blessed to keep a very strong competitive GPA. And this is in no way, shape, or form of me trying to brag. I'm really hoping this video will be helpful to someone. It has been a long road to get to this day, and I did not think I would make it. I'm going to start off with challenges first because I feel like that's kind of the next transition. My sophomore year, I became an RA, and it was a very rough transition. I think the fact that I didn't have my car as yet, and the fact that I was working where I was living, I felt so trapped on campus, and it was really suffocating. And the fact that I was trapped on campus, but I was trapped in a subject that I did not want to do. I hated organic chemistry, and I hated my physics teacher. My physics teacher was new. He read all of the slides when he was teaching us, and then on the test, we had something we hadn't even seen before in our lives. It was such a hard class. And organic chemistry, if you know about that class and you know it's extremely difficult, you're seeing all these figures and monomers and lines and hexagons and octagons, and it's you're seeing all this stuff for the first time, and it's such a difficult class. And it was just everything literally happened in that semester. I was faced with all these hard classes. I'm not afraid to say I really lost faith in God, because I felt everything bad was happening at once. And it was really an emotional but very life learning experience, and I overcame that, and I was able to get straight A's that semester, and I would not have been able to do that without my faith in the Lord and without my family. My family literally kept me sane. I think I called my mom every single week crying, and every single week when she called, she would just say, let it out, let it out. And I'm so blessed to have a family that believes in me when I don't believe in myself, and for that I'm eternally grateful to them and to the Lord. The Lord, He just manages to bring me in situations and get me out of those situations and make me an even stronger soldier for Him. And I always say that God is not going to put you in a situation that He can't get you out of, and I'm a firm believer to that today. And so with that being said, my sophomore year really taught me how to take care of myself personally. I've always been the type of person to put school first, to put my family first, to put friends first, to put my job first, to put everything else first, and then I forget about my own happiness. I forget about my own mental health, my own physical health. I lost so much weight because I was so stressed, not eating, and I wasn't taking care of myself, and my anxiety went through the roof. All this stuff happened. I really learned the importance of mental health and how it's so viewed negatively on college campuses. And I guess my advice to you all would be to don't be afraid to get help. There are counseling sessions for a reason. There are licensed psychiatrists on campus for a reason. There are all these mental health programs for a reason on your campus. Don't be afraid to get help. Like, anxiety is a form of mental health. Like, you can get help for anxiety, and even if it's test anxiety, like, don't be afraid to go out and get help, because you never know like how much it's going to grow and how much of a big problem it's going to be. And I really want you all to see how important it is to take care of your mental health, because without your mental health, without your physical health even, you really can't function and be the best person that you can be. So that was one of the lessons I really learned this year. And then another thing I learned this year was grades are not everything. And that was very difficult for me to learn, especially because I have been a very school-oriented person from the day I was born. Everything. I love school. I love learning. I literally love school. I'm probably going to have like 5 million degrees because I want to stay in school forever. I don't want to pay for it, but I want to stay in school forever. Like, I literally love school, and it was this year when I had to be like, Samari, let it go. Like, I failed my first college exam this semester, and when I tell you, I was so in shock, I didn't even cry. Like, the first time I got a C on an exam, like, I cried. But when I actually failed one of my organic chemistry exams, like, I literally was like in a shock. And the fact was that I studied for the exam. That's what like blew my mind even more. Like, I studied for the exam, and then I just went into like the shock, and I couldn't talk about it. Like, my mom asked me how I did, and I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. And it was this year I really learned to like let it go. You are going to fail exams. You are going to have bad days. Like, there are some things that is not going to work out in your favor, and grades aren't everything. Now, it definitely helps if you have a high GPA, if you're trying to go to like a professional school, like medical school, law school, and stuff like that. But grades aren't everything. They are a measure of your intelligence, but they don't make you the person that you are today. Like, I'm good at school, like, I succeed in school, but that does not make me Samari. Like, there are so many other things that are encompassed into my personality and into me as a person. Like, I have my family, I have my YouTube, I have my hobbies, I have my leadership. Like, I have so many things that makes me me, and it's not just my grades. And that's something like I really learned during my sophomore year, and I'm very blessed. Like, sometimes like it's okay to just like let it go. Like, let it go and let God, and everything will be okay. A lot of things happened my sophomore year, and I'm just very blessed that these opportunities came to be. And sophomore year was really my year where I literally shined on campus. Ooh, I just burped. I literally shined on campus, and I'm just like, I'm very happy with the progress that I've made from my freshman year to the end of my sophomore year in terms of my leadership skills and my involvement, not only on my campus but in the Tampa Bay community. So I recently found out that I will be going to New Orleans for spring break to do a community service spring break trip, specifically focusing on developmental disabilities. I am a huge advocate for disabilities. That's because that's one of my identities that I don't really think about. I'm able-bodied both mentally and physically, and there are some people who don't get to say that. So I really love advocating for those who have disabilities. And I went to this trip my freshman year of college. I just had a brain fart. I went to this trip my freshman year of college, and I didn't get to go my sophomore year because I had RA duty on spring break. It was just conflicting. And then I recently found out that this next year, during my last year at USF, I will be going back to New Orleans, to one of my favorite places in the entire world. And so I'm incredibly blessed that I get to do what I love again and again. I became the president of one of the organizations I've been involved with, which is the National Residence Hall Honorary. It's an honor society for student leaders living on campus, and it has been a long and rocky road within NRHH. I'm very involved in my campus housing, from being NRA to being in NRHH. I've just pretty much done everything in housing, and this was one of really the stepping stones, and this is how I plan to leave my legacy within housing. And I'm just very blessed that I can be able to grow my chapter even more, because our chapter literally went from 5 members to 35 members within the span of 1 year, and I really want to be able to continue to grow our chapter to its max capacity and be able to really make it known on campus for, you know, producing leaders who go out and breathe great into this world. my next thing is one of the biggest things that I accomplished, and I just don't know how God works. Like, God works in mysterious ways, and I will never figure out how He did it. So in high school, I took dual enrollment classes, and I took I want to say maybe 6 or 7 classes with AP credits and stuff like that, and I transferred them to USF, and I got credit for them, which I'm so blessed for. And then I went through my freshman year, and about midway through my sophomore year, so spring semester around January, February, I was going in to my computer and I was doing all my classes because I was getting ready to register for summer and fall classes. And I was going through all my classes and I was writing down which classes I was going to take. And I ran out of classes. Like, I literally ran out of classes. And so even though I am a dual degree, Biomedical Sciences, Public Health, there was literally no other classes for me to take. And it just dawned on me, like, I'm graduating early. Not a lot of people can get to say that they graduate undergrad like in 3 years instead of the normal 4, and that was one of the biggest accomplishments to my day. It's not even something like I really strive for, it just kind of happened that way, but the fact that I was able to do it and I'm so young is mind-blowing. And again, I'm not trying to brag. There are some people who have done it before, there are some people who will be able to do it in the future, but for me, like, it's amazing, and I'm just so thankful that I've gotten to experience USF, but I'm so blessed that I can continue on with my life a year earlier. So that was one of the biggest accomplishments, and I don't think I will ever get over that. Like, I'm so ready for graduation. I'm having a huge graduation party. Like, it's literally my senior year, and it's just absolutely amazing, and I'm so in love with what the Lord has done for me. So another thing that I really loved about my sophomore year was that I was an RA, and I did mention before, like, I had a rough time transitioning into the RA life, but I think once I got a hang of things and once I got my car, it became a lot easier. And I love my residence that I had last year. Like, I became an RA for the reason why I'm blushing right now. Like, my residents were literally my life. Like, even when they tried to burn down the kitchen, even when they would slam doors at 2 o'clock in the a.m., even when they didn't listen to me, like, I love my residents, and I have made such a personal connection with each and every one of them. And the fact that they really think like I'm their mom is like something like I absolutely love, because I am a very caring and nurturing person. I am a true reflection of my mom, because my mom is a very heartwarming and just nurturing person, and I do that to all my friends and all my residents. And just seeing the amount of growth I've made, not only with my residents, but within myself and within the housing community, especially like my supervisor, we've gotten so close, and I literally call her mom because she takes care of me like I'm her legit daughter at USF. And I'm so grateful that I have a support system away from home that will truly help me whenever I'm in my time of need, and I'm so thankful I can count on her for that. So excited that I get to be an RA again. I'm truly going to miss my last set of residents, but I'm looking forward to making more connections and making a meaningful impact on my residents to come. And then the last accomplishment was, of course, YouTube. Like, how can I not mention YouTube? Like, honestly, starting this channel was an absolute dream of mine, and I did not think it would ever happen. Like, it kind of, honestly, it just kind of happened out of the blue. I got a camera and I was just like, hey, let's turn it on and start talking to it. But the amount of growth that I've seen so far already is absolutely amazing. I just hit 600 subscribers. I'm over 20,000 views, and that may not be a lot to some people, but for me, who used to be so shy when I was little, like, it's absolutely amazing. And I just have so much content that I want to put out. I just want to keep growing, not only in the beauty industry, but also my academic endeavors, and YouTube is definitely helping me to do that. So I'm just thankful for my journey, and I know that within 1 year, I really hope to just expand on myself, my channel, my brand, and keep putting out amazing content and being a support system for you all. So I have a little bit of advice for anyone who's going into their sophomore year of college, who may be pre-med or not necessarily pre-med, like this can be applicable to anyone really, is to really get involved. Like you've been at your college for a year now, you kind of know what the campus is like, you've gotten a feel for a school. Really get your foot out there and try to get involved and really make your experience worthwhile. Like everyone should leave their college knowing that they have made a legacy within whatever club they have been in. And so I really just advise you all to really get involved and really put your foot out there, try something new, try something different, do something you've never done before. Whatever it takes, just do something. Like don't be so focused on school and stuff like that, because like I said, grades aren't everything. They're important, don't get me wrong, don't go fail in classes and be like, oh, SamariSafari said grades aren't important. Like I didn't say that, but they're not everything. So I think the next biggest advice would be to learn how to adapt. Classes are going to get harder, you're going to find yourself in more commitments than ever, and it's really important that you take the initiative to not only to get better time management skills, but also to learn how to adapt your study skills. I say this to all my mentees, you don't study the same way for every class. Every professor is different, every class is different, every subject is different, every exam is going to be different. If you are studying the same way for every single class and you're not seeing the grades you want, then you know you have to do something, and you have to be able to grow and realize that, hey, you know, I'm not doing something right, let me switch it up. For biology, I use straight study guides. Like I would type up my notes, print them out, read them, and that's it. But for organic chemistry, I couldn't do that. Like I really relied on handwriting out 5 different structures every single day in order for me to get what I needed to get on that exam. Like it really required me to do practice tests a lot more. It really required me to do a lot of videos on Khan Academy. I really like nagged my teacher in office hours. Like I did things that I'd never done before in college. And so realizing that you have to learn how to adapt and switch up things is key. And time management, like as you grow in college, you realize you just become a lot more busier. Like you're in a lot more clubs, you're starting to shadow, you're starting to volunteer, you're starting to do this, that, and then sooner or later you're applying for grad school and you're doing this and you're getting ready to graduate and you're trying to find a job. Like you're doing so many things, and it's really important to manage your time and to make sure you set time for yourself. Like me time is essential time. Like I promise you, you will burn yourself out if thinking that you can keep going for 24/7. Like no one functions that way. You need to make sure you're getting an adequate amount of sleep, making sure you're exercising, making sure you're getting in all your study time, making sure you're getting in all your me time so that you don't burn out quicker than you should. Another piece of advice is to start making connections now. My freshman year, I went to a medical school seminar, and I really made a lot of connections with not only the medical schools, but also fellow classmates at USF. And those are connections that you're going to be able to carry with you, not only through your junior or sophomore year, but even after you graduate college. So I feel like it's so important to make those connections. If you're pre-med and you are looking to go to medical school and stuff like that, your sophomore year is really your golden year for developing all those extracurricular activities that you need. So not even on campus, but making sure that you're shadowing, making sure that you're volunteering, making sure that you're getting all the clinical experience that you need. You don't have to be able to say, oh, I shadow in pediatrics, OB-GYN, this, that, you know, all this other stuff. Like you don't have to say that, but if you can really say like, I've developed such a close relationship with the pediatricians at XYZ clinic, I went there every single week, I've made connections with the office staff, I made connections with the patients. If you can really say that and sell your story, like that is fine. Like that is golden. So I really want to encourage you all to be making sure that you're shadowing, getting your clinical experience, you're volunteering, and you're doing everything that you need to do in order to make sure that your application to medical school is competitive. Before I get started about SMDEP, I just want to switch back to I want to talk about me again. I don't want to do that, but a few goals that I have for myself is I really want to keep a competitive GPA. I'm not going to say what my GPA is because I don't want to like offend anyone, or I don't want people to think I'm bragging and stuff like that, but I really want to keep my GPA where it is. And with that being said, I do want to graduate summa cum laude, which means highest honors. So hopefully I don't mess up anything within the next 2 semesters, but I'm really praying that I will be able to keep my GPA as high as it is, because it does mean a lot to me. It's not everything, but it does really mean a lot to me, and it's just a reflective of how hard I've worked. My next goal is to get into graduate school. I have decided that I'm going to do my Master's of Public Health first, and then I'm going to be going to medical school. So technically I'll only be taking one gap year because I'm graduating early. Everything really happened that fast, and if you want a whole entirely different video on what I'm doing after college, like, I can do that for you. But as of right now, I'm going to graduate school for my MPH first, and then I'm going to medical school. And so one of my goals is to get into graduate school. I am going to stay in the state of Florida. I don't know exactly yet. I might stay at USF, I don't know yet, but I will be staying in Florida. So I'm really hoping to get into graduate school and kind of start that next journey in my life. And then my last goal is to leave a lasting legacy at USF. I'm just involved in so many departments on campus, within housing, within the Center for Leadership and Civic Engagement. I really just hope to leave a lasting legacy and to really encourage future USF students that this is going to be their home for a few years, to really make the best out of it and to really put yourself out there and make sure you get the most out of it, but you give it your all as well. And so I really want to be able to do that within the next 2 semesters before I graduate USF. It has been my recap of sophomore year. I've been talking for a while now. I need to actually hurry up. But I'm going to talk a little bit about my SMDEP experience. If you don't know what SMDEP is, it is the Summer Medical Dental Education Program. It is basically a program for minority students who are looking to go into the medical and dental field to really go to these top schools across the country, get prepped in science classes, get clinical experience, and really make connections. And so I am getting down to the last wire. We actually have one more day left here at SMDEP, and I'm just internally grateful. I can't say this enough. Like, I'm so grateful for this experience. And I have grown so much in the matter of 6 weeks. I would have never been able to see the things that I have seen without this program, and to see how I've grown without this program. And I'm just very grateful for all my TAs, especially Jared. Like, he's literally been my dad here, and he's held me when I've cried here. He's held me when I got an A in biochemistry and I didn't think I would. Like, he's just been there for me through it all. I'm just so grateful for Dr. Hutcherson, her advice for me going after my MPH first instead of going for my MD first. That's just something, like, I didn't want to hear it, but I needed to hear it, and I'm so grateful that she was the one that gave that news to me. And I'm just so grateful that I could have been in the presence of another African American doctor who has literally, like, just excelled at everything, and it just blows my mind. I'm so grateful for Cindy for just loving me when I'm annoying, and then of course all my friends here. I'm just so glad I've gotten to laugh with you all within the last few weeks. If you're watching this, I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you all. And I'm just very grateful for the opportunity. I have done clinical experiences. I've gotten to experience pediatrics, which I absolutely love, but also internal medicine and OB-GYN. OB-GYN was amazing. I got to measure the mom's stomach, and I got to hear the baby's heartbeat. That was amazing. So the clinical experiences were something that are going to be ingrained in my mind forever, and I can't wait. And it's just the amount of growth, the amount of connections I made with people here. I fell in love with the city. I absolutely love Columbia. Everyone here is so friendly. I never considered Columbia for medical school, and like now it's like number 2 on my list. So I'm just internally grateful for how everyone has treated me, and how this program has allowed me to succeed and just be prepared for my future endeavors. And I really, really encourage any sophomore or junior who is interested in the medical or the dental field to apply. Applications will be open November 1st, I believe. The earlier you apply, the likelihood of your chances of getting in are higher. So I really, really encourage you all to apply. If you don't get in, don't be discouraged. Like, there are plenty of other opportunities out there, and if you do get in, just make the best of the experience. Don't take it for granted, because there are some people who would kill for my seat right now, and I'm just so blessed that I could have experienced it all. So that is the end of my long talking video. I am finally done. If you stick around for the end of this video, give this video a thumbs up, give yourself a pat on the back, because I talked a while and I really need some water right now. But like I said, I was not trying to brag about anything in this video. I really wanted to do this video so that maybe someone out there who is just confused about what they're doing or just needs some advice and doesn't want to come to me personally, they can get something on this video. And like I said, I'm just so grateful for everything that I've gone through, everything that I will be going through, the experiences I've had, the experiences I'm going to have. And I'm just very excited and super ecstatic to start my senior year of college soon. Like, I can't believe I get to say I'm a senior. I can't wait to just start senior year and just really go out with a bang. So thank you so much for sticking around for this video, and I will see you all soon. Bye. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't checked out my last video, you should go ahead and do that right now. It is my Coney Island vlog. It is my last New York vlog, so you want to make sure you check that out. All my social media accounts are listed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you need to do. But I will see you all in my next video. Bye.